Hi children, good morning. Welcome back to our session. So our topic is the living organisms, characteristics and habitats. In the previous class we have learned about the terrestrial habitat, that is the grasslands, mountain regions, is it? Yes. So today's our topic is about some aquatic habitats. Aqua means what? Water. Aquatic means the animals, which animals or the plants, whatever may be. So aquatic means it's nothing but the water. Water means where we can see this one: lakes, rivers, ponds, oceans, seas. Is it? Different types of the water bodies we are having. In this we can see the different types of animals. In the oceans we can see few animals, but we cannot see in our ponds. Is it? Yes. So how the habitat is there for the aquatic animals? Let me see now. Aquatic water animals means first of all we will get the flash of the animal, that is nothing but the fish. Is it? Yes. So fish. In these different types are the dolphins. And what is that? Blue whale. Blue whale is one of the biggest, largest aquatic animal. Is it? Yes. So how they are going to live in the water? How we are living on the land? By taking the oxygen. Is it? Leaving the carbon dioxide. Taking in the oxygen and taking out the carbon dioxide. Then what about the aquatic animals? They are also taking the oxygen, but it's very important, that is the dissolved oxygen. What is that? Which it is present in the water, that is the dissolved oxygen it is going to take, and they are going to live it. If you go to the water, you also can swim for a while, but like the fishes, we cannot take that dissolved oxygen. Then our body is suitable like this to live on the land. Then what about for those aquatic animals? That is the streamline body. So through that body they can swim and they can be very easily, they can survive in the water. Is it? Yes. Then the aquatic animals are having the gills, children. By using of the gills they are going to breathe it. But for all the animals they are having the gills, means especially for the dolphins and the blue whales there is the absence of gills. They are not having the gills. Then how they can breathe? Means they are having the blowholes. What we call blowholes. So for the fish at the top it will be having. I can show you the picture, children. See here, one boy is pushing. That means on that, for that blue whale, it is having a hole. By using of that hole, it is going to take the oxygen which it is dissolved in the water. So what we call for that hole, we call it as the blow hole. For which animals it will be? Especially for the dolphins and also for blue whales. There is no gills, absence of the gills. Then what it is present for that? It is present the blowholes. It is, they are located on the upper parts of the head. Upper parts of the head it will be located. Then here you can observe the dolphins. I can show the picture of the dolphin also. Yeah. So this is the dolphin. So like this, different types of, that means we are having the tortoises there. In the fishes also different types, and octopus we can say. Like this, different types of the aquatic animals are there. Then what about the frog, children? Have you seen the frog? It will be in the water or on the land? Both. That means like these animals is having the capacity. That means they can live on the land and as well as in the water. And few of the snakes also, they'll be on the land and this, and crocodile. Is it? Yes. So few of them, they'll be both inside and as well as outside. So to catch their prey. So in the, what is that, in the TV channel, they'll wildlife, they'll show the crocodile. Crocodile will be very what is that, slow motion like this, and it won't move like this and like this. If any animal comes, immediately it goes and it is going to catch its prey. So for that they have to be inside and as well as outside. Is it? Yes. And let me talk about the some of the plants, children. So few plants also will be in the water. So can you name, have you seen that, what is that, lotus? Yeah, so lotus will be, and lotus, yeah, I can show the picture of you, the lotus which it is present in the water, and some of the fern, like this, all the few types of the plants we can see in the water. So like those plants we can call it as, I can show the picture for you, children. So these are the different types of plants which it is present in the water. So not only the animals, few plants also will be grown on the water and underground, under of the water also. So in some oceans or the seas, some of the divers will be moving, and we can see in the wildlife channel also. So they will be showing few fishes and plants, this and all. Is it? Yes, that means underground of the water also we are having few plants. Such plants we call it as the aquatic plants. So this is about the aquatic habitats. According to their habitats, they are living in the water. Is it? Yes. So let me end up this session. So we have seen few of the pictures regarding to the aquatic animals and the plants. So watch the video, children. So by the video still you can understand the few things. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
They know the surrounding where an organism lives is called its habitat. Like the fish lives in the water, which is aquatic habitat. The penguins live in the snowy region. The camel lives in the desert habitat. The habitat provides the organism environment to survive and reproduce. For this, it gets the food, shelter, etc. from the habitat. So, an organism gets what it needs from the environment, its habitat. But few components of the environment may cause hardship for that organism too, like the temperature. In the desert habitat, the organisms have to face extreme temperatures. On the other side, organisms in the mountain and polar habitat face freezing temperatures. Besides this, there may be many other challenges or threats an organism faces, like the limited food, shortage of water, predators, etc. The organism needs to overcome all these hardships to survive. So let us first see the aquatic habitat and understand the life in it. As we know, the life is everywhere on the earth. Different organisms find different ways to overcome the hardships in the environment to survive and flourish in their habitat. The ocean and the seas form the largest habitat on the planet. This saltwater habitat is also called the marine habitat. Some scientists believe 2/3 of the marine creatures are yet to be discovered. Surprising, isn't it? The marine habitat has amazing diversity of life, from small single-celled organisms to the world's largest animal, the blue whale, fierce sharks, octopus, squids, etc., and the nice dolphins too. Most of the creatures on the earth live in the marine habitat. The life exists even more than 5,000 feet below the sea level, where sunlight doesn't reach and the temperature is very low. For example, the anglerfish lives at about 3000 feet depth, and the long-nosed chimera lives at 8000 feet depth. There are many amazing sea plants too. The lakes, rivers, ponds, streams, etc. consist of sweet or fresh water. These habitats are called freshwater habitats. Many fish, water bugs, water lily, etc. live in the freshwater habitat. How do animals adapt to the aquatic habitat? Let us see. All the organisms need to breathe in order to survive. The fishes and many other aquatic animals breathe through the gills. Unlike the fishes which breathe through gills in the water, the dolphins and the whales, which are marine mammals, breathe air through their blowholes. A blowhole is a hole on the top of the head of the whale or the dolphin. These animals have large lungs, so they can hold the breath for few minutes. Now, how can the fishes swim so fast? The fishes, octopus, squid, and many other aquatic animals have streamlined shape. That is, it is rounded in front and narrow in the back. This shape reduces the water resistance and they can swim through the water easily. The body of many fishes and many other aquatic animals is covered with slimy mucus, which makes the body waterproof and reduces the water resistance, making the body slippery. How do the animals protect themselves in the water? Many sea animals use the camouflage technique, that is, getting mixed with the surroundings to save themselves in the danger, like the sea crab. Few animals even use the camouflage to catch the prey. For example, the camouflage helps the shark during hunting. If we look from the top, its back is dark, so it is hard to spot it against the dark sea floor. Now if we see from the downside, its belly is light in color, so the creature seeing it from below can't spot it against the bright sunlight. Because of this kind of shading, sometimes the shark's prey cannot notice it. This special camouflage is called counter shading. Some aquatic creatures have special defense technique, like the squids. They shoot the ink-like substance into the water to escape the enemies. And the lionfish, porcupine fish have venomous spines to defend themselves. Now, what about aquatic plants? How do plants adapt to the aquatic habitat? Let us see. In the aquatic plants, the underwater stem and the leaves are long and narrow so that the plant can withstand even the strong water currents and don't break easily. The floating plants have air chambers which help them to float. For example, the water hyacinth. You know, the leaves of the floating plants are big and they have the waxy covering which make them waterproof. For example, the water lily, lotus. So remember children, the aquatic habitat consists of the freshwater habitat, that is the lakes, ponds, rivers, etc. having fresh water, and the marine habitat, that is the sea and oceans having saline or the salty water. Both the aquatic plants and the animals have to adapt themselves to live in the aquatic habitat.